Okay, guys, so it's in this part that we're going to find out who's the mysterious villain that has been architecting all of the stuff that we've done this far. So, when the reveal comes, guys, let's all be very nice and pretend that the game didn't make it abundantly obvious.
Okay. Ignoring that, if they at least have some good, by the series' standards, writing backing it, maybe I can forgive the fact that it was telegraphed more clearly than the first case of the very first Ace Attorney game. It shows the killer at the start.
That's what we need to find out.
So we have the faith drop, so what do we do?
So yeah, remember, Eryn is afraid of having to leave Fang and the others, so now she's, secretly trying to come. Maybe we should take care of Dorfa before we revive the goddess.
The interesting thing is that usually whenever we got the faith drop, that is usually around the time we get sabotaged. So it's weird that we have the faith drop, and I guess the characters want to decide what to do with it. It's a neat...
Don't worry, Sherman. If Evan Dark Force has anything to go by, the game will chicken out at the last moment and have the goddess somehow manage to keep her in here.
Yeah. We've gone into theories that maybe these routes were originally supposed to be DLC or were planned as extra routes to the original game. But part of me actually does wonder if what this game is actually the aborted idea of what the sequel was originally going to be. Now, hear me out here. Like in the sequel...
Aren't we still a bit too early to think about that, Jova?
It's a fairy tale.
A game theory.
It's speculation.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think we have enough information for that.
Well, it's an educated guess I'm making. Don't think too hard about it. The thing is, like with the ending of the evil goddess route, we have, of course, two evil figures. My guess is, I feel like these were supposed to be part of a sequel. However, they wrote themselves into a corner with the fact that some of the party members from the original party were either dead or incapacitated at the end of the evil goddess route. Hence, my guess is
this part. Quite the random suggestion from Al here.
Oh yeah, completely unexpected whatsoever.
So yeah, guys, let's take this ancient weapon that once nearly killed the goddess and the Val god and destroyed an entire city, and let's reconstruct it. I mean,
for our purpose, of course.
Okay. Another thing that kind of makes this quote-unquote twist even more obvious: Owl poses and acts and talks like and looks like a douche.
I mean, to be fair,
remember
radiate I'm the villain more if you try.
Remember, that's why Teo guessed immediately after saw his design in the promotional material before the game even came out in Japan.
Yeah, like that was legit Teo's rationale.
Also, why is he only got half a goggle on it? Looks stupid.
It literally mentioned that in one of the initial kits.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Go on, Joe.
But anyway, though, that is incredibly sus for Al out of nowhere to go, hey guys, let's revive this ancient weapon that, is said by the stories to be very dangerous. And
then again, apparently his rationale is, if the resurrects the Val God, we have something to use against that. Which, to be fair, is not too bad.
That is. But it's kind of interesting that Al somehow knows exactly where this weapon is, isn't it?
It's basically the equivalent of if you complete your first visit at Rocket Town with Yuffie, she deliberately suggests you to go to Wutai for no reason whatsoever.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of the same.
I guess to their credit, they don't really have much else to do. Though that makes me wonder, can the Faith Drop also power that? Like, how many things can the Faith Drop do?
According to Evan Dark Force, the only thing they established is that the Faith Drop is used as a ritual to revive the goddess. That's all they really said.
Well, this scene seems to be implying that they could use the Faith Drop to I guess, reboot the weapon.
So I guess the fucking
It's
weapon
a power source of some kind.
I guess. Oh yeah, and this is now gonna be the big sad scene between Tiara and Eryn.
What?
Of course you have a choice. You could like not do it.
Not do it.
That's what I always like to say to whenever the character says that. I'm sorry, I have no choice. Of course you have a choice. You could like not do it. Like
There's no instruction book for this whole goddess stuff.
What are they doing here at this time of night? Playing tic-tac-toe. What do you think?
With the stars, yes, it's like
The
constellation.
Northern Crosses is the British name.
and now we get the Eryn theme, which caused this part to get copyrighted, but fortunately it gets blocked nowhere, so it doesn't matter.
Wait.
So
Wow,
you just talk,
something's...
let's talk all over it. And then that way they can't hear it.
Well, actually, the interesting thing is that it's like something like Life in a Strange 1 had a song that got one of the parts to be blocked in France, but when the actual commentary part, like with the commentary, apparently was enough to fool the system, apparently.
Yeah.
No, he's too focused on
You're
eating.
giving Fang too much credit.
Eryn agrees. See?
Fang can be so thick. Yeah, that's normally a British terminology for calling someone dumb.
Oh, we use it over here sometimes too.
Yeah, I've heard it.
I've never heard anything American I've ever seen. I've never heard anyone say
As in
that.
thick in the head, which
Yeah,
that's usually what it's supposed to represent.
Yeah, thick-headed.
Oh,
Can't bring
Eryn.
myself to do it.
Alright, so my usual spiel. In order for a scene like this to work, they had to make these two, as well as Fang, really compelling characters, which to me they haven't. There you go.
Like, I'm fine with it, but I'll just say it's bog standard level. Like, yeah, it's the typical level where, of course, she's like, Pain wouldn't care about me, but of course, we've seen over the course of time that he does. Like, it works. It's just nothing special for me because I've seen this done, like, a
It's by the
million
numbers,
times.
It's by the
More
yeah, it's by the numbers. Like this should be the scene. Like ideally, this should be the scene where I'm going, oh no, super distraught that Eryn is going away and stuff like that.
I
Like,
guess maybe it doesn't have that you basically can guess already the outcome. If the game potentially had more risque kind of an attitude, maybe it would hint you that they do stuff like in Advent Dark Forms only to subvert that and actually kill off Eryn. Sure, it would kind of be kind of a dick move and it would piss off someone, but it will actually trying to challenge the status quo and give scenes like this a bit more meaning, I suppose.
Io does have a point. Like, in a sense, this story is, hey, how things normally should have gone if, the vile god stuff didn't mess with routes here. So, in a way, this could be interesting. The issue is that, again, from what Pedro has told us, it still is the same deal that Eryn won't have to die, essentially. So,
And
if you play
part
Evan
of
Dark
me-
Force,
And despite what I just said, I'm not entirely sure that I want that to happen, because I personally would be in part of the crowd that think it would be kind of a dick move.
Sure.
Like, sure, I don't think this is anything like exalting or anything, but by the same token, I don't think it's bad enough that it deserves to be ruined by an actual.
sure.
By wanting to actually kill off Eryn.
The big problem is
I
that this
personally do
story
agree
has
with
no
that, yeah.
this story has no balls. It has no spine. It plays itself so safe.
Like, okay. I pretty much do agree with you, Tio, that, yeah, killing Eryn would feel like a dick move. But I also agree with Pedro that we could do with at least some stakes being raised somehow, which, okay, granted, maybe whatever the bad guy has planned will do for that, but again, like, maybe a cool thing to do would have Eryn actually die, but then she's revived through... guess the power of friendship, as cliche as that would, at least it would keep us on our toes
You know,
when
Sherman.
Eryn actually dying.
You know, Sherman, considering you pride yourself on being polite and a gentleman and all that stuff, it's kind of rude to, eavesdrop on people. just saying.
I mean, that's also the
It's
thing.
not rude when I do it because
He does that all the
shut up.
time. That's the thing in both kids and in the main story.
Yeah. Do as I say, not as I do.
No kidding. Alright, to Bui Valley, where I'm sure things are gonna go just smoothly and nasty surprises will come across the characters, I swear.
Uh-huh.
I mean, you did just say that it's a story by numbers, Pedro.
Well, yeah, by the numbers. The numbers are like 5, count them, 5 flashbacks foreshadowing it. Ha, ha, ha.
Where's this ancient weapon? Yeah.
I don't know if
I thought the twist. I thought it was going to be like, so where's the ancient weapon?
for the record, I know.
It's down there. I'll show you. Push. Ah!
For the record,
Also-
oh look, for the record, I don't know if it's actually 5 flashbacks. I kind of lost count, but it sure felt like it was like 5. Like
Representative, at the very least.
No, boss. Oh, then again, if Harley dies, boss dies, so yeah, be careful with her.
Damn it.
I mean, I hate Harley, but boss.
But hey, I recognize this background, so let me say, at the very least, we're not ruining the moment with a pacing contest and a Ghostbusters reference.
yeah, sure. This is Bui Valley, like that dungeon that we played through like 5 times in Heaven Dark Force. I guess I'll give this game credit that we only visit each place once. So there's that, I guess. Oh my god, can these two please stop having this dick measuring contest? It's not funny, it's just...
I don't think Mariana has a dick.
Well, you know what I mean.
Honore!
Not just that, Ifrit also specifically say Daisuke to Zagi, and the subs did not translate that.
Also, can I talk about this thing where like I pressed auto, but every time the camera fades to black, I have to press auto again for the thing to continue.
Because it registers it as a new quote-unquote cutscene or sets of dialogues.
I guess.
To do it all the time.
I guess,
What kind of
but
prize is it?
I've played other visual novels that don't have this issue though.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
Red, I think the prize is you will not be the first to die. You'll be like the second or something.
Yeah, let's have an adult at least supervising them.
Indeed.
Don't blow a gasket there, AJ.
Everyone, you must inform everyone. Nomura has new ideas.
I got a bad feeling about this.
I gotta.
Is that your genre savviness crawling up your spine?
No, it's just hunger.
Wait, I've got it! His hunger is his sixth sense for danger.
Because that's what
Because
friends
it's a
are
teamwork?
made of or something, yeah.
Oh. Having some secret feelings there, Eryn?
Well, she's like, the scene conveys very well the fact that she's worried that if she's gone, Fang will not be able to stand up for himself.
Remember, he couldn't even find anything to eat or do anything, period, before Eryn came into his life. He was basically a bum, just bumbling around for reasons that have yet to be
She found
explained.
him in jail at first.
Yes.
Well, yeah, technically, well, that's how the original game starts, yes,
Alright,
but...
no, yeah.
Wow, that is
Sure,
quite-
hold on, let me quote them with Steve Cape. Sure, it's phallic. Why would
Hey,
it
look,
be?
guys, it's the background from the title that was made for the title screen. There you go.
You know, the fact that
This
there are
ancient
change...
weapon, it's
Yes, it is huge.
Look at it thrusting it in the sky.
You know, the fact that there are chains wrapped around it does not help either. And
Yeah.
Karen, please don't breathe like that at it. You can't fit.
Oh no, she started doing it.
What is this, like the He-Man, the
wants
Masters
to
of the
kill-
Universe?
She wants to kill that dick.
I guess. What?
What?
She was talking in kill, 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 so now Fang is doing it too
pickles
for
in
some...
your tea. Okay. If I ever get on one of those weird food eating shows, I'll have my special request be pickles in tea.
Reminder that in the original Final 7, Palmer wants lard with a T.
But remember, Teo. Yeah, well, but as I was saying, remember, yes, that is true, Jove and Teo. But remember, chronologically, the first event that happens in the Fairfence Ref is him randomly bumbling around and suddenly, at complete random, finds Eryn's sword and pulls it out.
I guess that's not to imply that he was completely useless before.
That's the
he
thing,
came
Joe.
in.
It's like
again-
what Pedro said. We know nothing of who Fang was and what he was
No, we
doing
don't.
until that point.
Also, why?
true.
Also, why do I have to? I've complained about
Like
this
I
before.
said, I think it's a case where the game is allowing you to take a break or something. Like I said, I get it's not super optimized, but I get what the thought process was.
I'm guessing this one's gonna lead into a boss scene, so they're like, okay, let's let you pause before the fight and save before the fight if you'd like.
What did I say?
Wow,
What?
you're
What?
letting your machinations
It's
slip
just
by the tongue.
pointing his pinky at his lips.
By the way, guys, have I talked to you about how totally not evil I am today? Because I totally am not.
Yes.
I mean, look at his face. Would I lie to you?
No, it's just a coincidence.
Sure.
And Fang is literally okay, I believe you. Oh my
Okay,
god.
okay, I believe you.
Someone bonk him in the head with a newspaper.
Alright.
Eh?
Question. Between the amount of times you say this has happened in Kingdom Hearts,
Well,
makes that less insufferable
well, here's the thing, dudes. While it is true that Master Xehanort being the villain in Birth by Sleep is obvious as the sun, the game at the very least has other elements to it, whereas this game is operating purely only on suspense, on who could be behind all this by constantly.
On a more
I meant that with the number of times that the characters just believe she.
Oh yeah, they do. Trust me, but let's there's plenty of problems.
Scale waves 2 weights, 2 measures. You know, standards are different in regards to the companies behind it, the people behind it, the series standards, what has happened until this point.
Here's another.
It's
Sorry.
simple to equate the two and put it on the same level, but it's not as easy.
Here's the other thing, Lips. That villain is played by fucking Leonard Nimoy. So if anything, he's compelling to watch because Leonard Nimoy does a great performance as he always does.
Isn't it Christopher Lloyd nowadays?
Yes, because the Xehanort curse, but I'll save that if I ever actually talk about that.
Anyway, though, another thing also was...
What?
He swore.
Okay, I'm not entirely sure what is supposedly happening. Like, are they combining the parts of the weapon and the stress is actually making them go insane?
I don't even. To be perfectly honest with you guys, by this point in the game, I'm kind of struggling to stay awake.
Well, for the sake of giving a fair commentary, we should do our best to pay...
Oh sure, I'm trying. I'm not promising anything, but I will try. I will make no promises.
Wow, the fact that she kind of may have to die when getting that sort of puts a damper into
Still,
it.
once again, props to AJ to be the one character that seems to be able to spot something wrong.
Like, I do wonder, Did they
Was
have
AJ
different
a
writers on
pet?
some-
Yeah, was AJ
He's a pet.
writer's pet?
Clearly, he's clearly the writer's favorite. Sorry, they. They are clearly the writer's favorite.
That or each character is like a different writer, and AJ picked the best one to have write for them. That is true.
Oh, and
Like-
this ties into Fleur, I guess.
Will it not?
That's
Our
not
wish will
foreboding at
come
all.
true. To rule the world, I mean, to wake up the...
Yes. Yeah, the fact that there's ominous music in the background doesn't mean anything.
Oh no.
I mean, I'll take this over the trumpet theme, don't worry, but...
Something warning me that the soon must never come. Gee, it's almost like I was evil or something. But
Well,
no,
to
I'm
be
sure
fair,
it's all
maybe
just
Fleur is
being
also
helpful.
rationalizing that, oh, maybe I'm just overthinking in a sense that I'm selfish and I just want what I perceive as a good time to never end. I get the idea what the game is trying to do at this point, you know, to say, to be this kind of conflict and saying maybe this thing is overriding, you know, something else.
You know,
Press
I
the
get-
red one, just stick with it.
you know,
Okay,
it's quite
I guess to
convenient
be
that.
fair-
Go on.
I guess to be fair, I probably would be fine with this scene if we weren't constantly pounded in the head about how obviously Al's plans are not good.
Hey guys, you know, it's a good thing that Al conveniently knows exactly how to operate this machine. It's like it almost feels like he built it or something.
その後ろに液体の入った手首ほどの管が2本ありませんか？
What the heck are hospital juices doing
See,
here?
he even knows exactly what elements and things the machine has. Quite interesting, huh? It's a good thing he somehow knows all this.
I guess the boss of the level. Yeah. If it was a thing that also Fleur knew it, we could have used the excuse of, oh, they visited already this place, but just did not have the power, technology, or human resources to actually do it. You know, so it would be kind of a good excuse for having it. But since they're also building the fact that Fleur has conflicting memories, doesn't know what to trust anymore, and she's had the nightmares about Al, yeah, like I said, that it's not actually helping.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. The game blew its load when they showed Al with Glass wiping Fleur's memory. Like, we could have had the flashbacks with Al and maybe there'd be some doubt. But the fact that we saw Al legit wipe Fleur's memory, that's a big giveaway that only really can be undone if it turns out
Also-
that was not our Al.
Wow, a terrain that actually provides particular conditions like splitting your party and actually forcing them down an arrow path. Good job, game. If you keep going like that, maybe you will start having actual variety.
How long did it take us to get this kind of variation? in the
40
game?
parts.
40 parts.
We're 40 parts in this.
And look, again, maybe I'm just potentially too harsh because there have been some degree in some of the previous parts, but this is possibly one of the biggest, attempts on this base point.
So here's my take here.
This is as good.
I get that.
Well, Tail, you can enjoy it because this is as good as it gets in terms of
You
this
know-
kind of terrain.
I'm just gonna say the same thing I said for Mighty Number 9. I get that budget can dictate a lot of things, but budget does not always dictate, you know, a game actually being good
Jova.
or, you know, having good design.
I understand what you mean, but again, $4 billion? You call that not much of a budget?
Yeah,
Well,
sorry, I'm
yes,
gonna have to. I mean, for
Well,
a 2D
okay.
platformer, that's a good enough one. I'll argue.
Or
no, no, no.
2.5D? Like,
Oh, no. Oh, trust me. By all means, I agree that they should have used that budget better. But the main argument a lot of people use is, well, it was $4 million, but with all the systems that they ported to, they had to take a lot of that money to port it to stuff. And I say, regardless of what the budget ended up being, I don't think the budget suddenly would suck away the talent of, mind you, the Mega Man X guy himself, Inafune, or literally the talent of Inti Creates.
See, it's like that game was terribly managed or something.
It truly was. Not just that game, but the whole franchise. There was supposed to be the animated series, the animated movie, the live action movie. Holy cow. It's
Fortunately,
amazing how one bad movie pretty much just one bad game pretty much just killed everything.
Fortunately, now Inafune can just focus on just making games and let somebody else manage things.
How was this game at level 5? How did that turn out?
We're recording this.
When Concept came out, when Concept was bought, they first got put on mobile game. They got grounded and put on mobile game duties, basically.
Kind of like what happened with Otomo Toriyama after the 13th trilogy when he did Mobius.
Yeah, basically. So after he got released from said confinement for good behavior, he and his team were given the task of developing Fantasy Life I, which comes out this October at the time of this recording.
I have to say, again, Hino is either a very good friend of Inafune or he is incredibly forgiving, given how Inafune
Maybe both.
Both, Jova. Remember, this is the guy who wrote Ni no Kuni 2, a game that defends always giving people a second chance.
Just speaking of level 5 concept, I keep forgetting that Megaton Musashi game actually comes out in like just over 2 weeks from the time
I already pre-ordered it on PS4. Yeah.
What about
there's a PS5 version as well.
Yeah, it's also on Switch and Steam.
I'm surprised you can get the PS5 version, Pedro.
Because I get the feeling I'm probably going to be able to do more stuff with it. Kind of like with this game. But again, don't worry, I know what I'm doing. The point is...
Okay. But yeah, bringing it back to this game. Did this game have a lower budget than Amp and Dark Force? Clearly, yes. And
Most
that's
likely.
a bad thing. But I don't think that dictated that the game had to be lackluster. Like, you work with a smaller budget. Actually, still have good variation and whatnot.
Basically. For the record, sorry, I thought you were done. Go on.
Now, I will acknowledge, it's a case-by-case basis. Sometimes, yes, lack of budget truly can hurt the quality or how much things a company can do with a game. But the fact that we're seeing that they could have had field variations this late in the game leads me to believe that we could have at least gotten more interesting stuff to spice up the gameplay.
Basically.
Go on, Pedro.
No. I just wanted to clarify. And for the record, I'm not saying that in a negative or any kind of attempt to, or any kind of negative way. Like I genuinely appreciate he knows insistence that people deserve second chances if they're put under the care of someone who knows how to help them reform. So
that is in spite of what Inafune did to, well, not
Can you even imagine? Oh, hold on.
yeah, basically, if you do the avalanche shot with Fleur, you get avalanche harmonic. So there you go. I got the
Avalanche time.
So there you go. Consider this move shown off. There you go. That's done. That's one more bit off the list. There you go.
Like, I guess, to be fair, those moves are pretty cool, and I guess strategically, when you're not over-leveled, they can come in handy during battle, I presume. So,
like I said,
guess there's stuff like that.
Oh yeah, trust me. The thing is, Jova, it's useful, but it's not something I'm going to be using a lot of times because usually it's more effective to spread your again, like in a typical tactical RPG, divide your units to specific groups all across the board. Whereas to do a really powerful avalanche harmonic, you need to have a lot of people together. So it can vary a lot depending on on the course of the battle. As for leveling up, yeah, well, getting over leveled in this game is incredibly easy because all you have to do is just keep spamming any spell and you'll get XP and FP super quick. Because remember, you can hold R2 to speed up the battles, so you can usually abuse this to just get over leveled in one single battle. Again, Final Fantasy II style.
You even told us that you didn't have to cheat to get as over-leveled as you are.
No,
you legit just.
I had to try the max XP cheat that Save Wizard has, but it breaks the leveling system. So I had to. But again, it's
What's Fleur doing?
cameraman.
Harley, bad pose there.
I mean, granted, I don't like Harley anyway, so not seeing her is.
I love it how it literally clips into the map.
せやけど普通に倒してしまうところさすがやな惚れ惚れするわ
Okay, now we got a Top Gun reference, I guess.
二度手間で申し訳ないのです
Cute.
が先ほど見つけていただいたパーツを取ってきてはいただけませんか
Why do we need to go fetch it?
Apparently
Because
these are vital
because-
to the machine or something.
Because the blast will kill you instead of me. I mean, because
This is like the beginning of Bendy and the Ink Machine.
So Al, is this everything?
それです
Oh, that's a very interesting looking liquid in there.
Maybe it's plasma, Jova, come on.
I wonder what
Oh.
that liquid is, based on my knowledge from Heaven Dark Force.
このパーツを両手に装
it's
着
evil liquid.
それからパング君フェイス
Now.
貸してください
Sure. Let's give the ultimate MacGuffin of power to the clearly evil person.
You know, Sephiroth actually had to try to get the black materia, just saying.
You see, Tio, maybe if Sephiroth just learned to say please, like Al does.
You're right. We have the power. But
Hold
you have
on.
to defeat Dorfa.
No,
Wait
he's
a
not about to
minute.
do an evil laugh. Oh my god,
He's doing it here.
Jesus Christ. Why don't you give him a
Golly gee
mustache?
willikers, how could this be?
Abishibaba! What? You mean to tell me Al was secretly planning some evil plan all along? What?
Good grief. Why don't you just give him a mustache to twirl while you're at it?
You're all idiots.
Mind you, I still technically have questions like if he's supposed to be independent, how does Fleur function since
They're gonna explain.
claiming to be
Yeah.
her fairies?
Yeah. Harley, I thought you were the smart one.
これが何か
Oh,
これ
I
の
think we got a new theme.
何も分かっていなくてよかった今の技術ではこれを生み出すことができなかった協力してくれてありがとう
You're welcome.
僕の兵器は完成する
Thank you for Thank you for helping me destroy the world.
You're welcome.
Guys, so guys, not for nothing, but we outnumber this doofus like 10 to 1. Maybe we should just jump his ass before he can do what he wants.
Yeah, but they're stupid, so they won't.
Like,
Again, he's a as Fleur said various times, not really a physical fighter and not particularly strong. You can easily overpower him with sheer numbers, guys. Come
I guess
on.
maybe he has a hidden power. The
Like
power of the
it's supposed
force.
to be, it's kind of like that moment with Bernard, where despite you outnumbering and being super he's still powerful enough to repel you.
Well, that works with Bernard because Bernard is a fencer. Al is not.
Wait, you mean to tell me that the red thick liquid was actually blood?
The
No
blood of
way.
the goddess and the vow god.
Yes, basically we're about to find out the origin of Fleur. So get
And
hyped.
that's like how Noah uses the.
Well, remember,
his
to be fair,
people, I guess.
this was established in Heaven Dark Force as well.
I
So
didn't remember if they mentioned the details.
there are,
How did you know
guess-
that? Because you just told me, bug boy.
妖精もいないのにフューリーを扱えているのはずっと不思議に思ってた。
And we don't have Juno to explain it this time.
ずっとはぐら
Which I mean, Juno.
which is weird
If you
because
unpronounced it.
which is weird because in Heaven Dark Force when Arlie asked him about it, he was
神の血なんてもの
perfectly fine explaining it to her. So why did he didn't answer in this game? It's
Well, to be
weird.
fair, if she never asked.
No. She just said she did though.
Oh.
She asked him about how does your fury work, and he didn't answer
Well,
it.
that's what Noise says apparently.
僕にとっては
I guess, but that's not how things went down in Heaven Dark Force. So I have to wonder what changed.
その力を使う
Well, different timeline here.
I guess.
Clearly, the butterfly effect at work.
Same reason why, I forgot his name, the evil scientist that creates the Sentinels in X-Men Days of Future Past.
hold on.
changes ethnicity.
と同じし
The other twist or reveal rather.
そのことは誰のことだ
私
Dun dun dun.
オールが言ってるの。
どういうことだ
Like, I'll give him credit, this new theme is pretty epic.
そう
Of
だ。
course, it's hard to go wrong with evil pipe organ for your fantasy villain.
Well, you forgot because Glace made you forget.
あなたがいない時でも私は力が使えた。
Turns out, Al is not a fairy, guys.
あなたが近くにいたのだろうと思おうとしたけれど。オール。あなたは
Dun dun dun.
Nobody else in the team even suspected or, recognized.
Turns out it's just a normal human
even,
being.
Even in the even the skits, there wasn't that much of a hint.
Also, question: does this mean that he vanished into the staff, though? Because the reason they thought he was a fairy was that.
Well, he did mention that he apparently is not human either, so I'm guessing it's one of those things where his research made him transcend his state as a as a living being.
Fleur, the reason you can use the power of song.
Just said that he was just a regular human being.
Well, he easily just mentioned afterward.
There you go.
That human
So Fleur has the blood of the gods in her. So what is she exactly? And
Oh
there's
God, she's like.
eyeglass.
hold on. Oh, wait for it. Wait for it.
あいつが
Hi, Bernard, too.
Hey, Pie Guy, why don't you come in and join on them?
Oh, Aboshababa! What? You mean to tell me that Glace's master, the guy in the hood that was been secretly working with Dorfa, was Al all along? What?
Question. If Bernard knew that it was Al, why did Al wear the cloak around Bernard?
For the
Because
player, Jova.
for the sake of the player.
Well, I know for the sake of the player, but narratively, it don't make any sense.
Maybe they did not want it to be noticed while going from one place to another. I don't know.
I guess.
Holy plot twist,
now he
Batman!
switches to the
I could.
cloak. You're
マスターって
you're experiencing a plot twist, saying.
Am I supposed to be blown away by this or something?
Apparently.
It was Al all along.
No, it's not actually, because literally nobody, there couldn't have been nobody else, Al. Not to mention.
Also, not for nothing, but Al's aftershave mysteriously disappears when he has the cloak on.
Yep, not just that.
Like, notice he has a bit of stubble there, but when he has the cloak on, he suddenly mysteriously doesn't.
Not just that. And again, I need to reiterate, it bears repeating. The fucking constant flashbacks of his past comes like hammering in your fucking head. He is the villain. Get it?
He's
Almighty, meaning can do it. You know.
Is this the third Bruce Almighty movie? Al Almighty.
No. You know what? It's fitting that apparently
Who
we're
is one
getting.
of the ancients.
Sure, why not?
You know, it's fitting that we're getting a My Hero Academia film at the time that apparently has an evil All Might.
Why not just give him you guys mentioned the mustache to twirl. Why not a top hat while we're at it? Like.
Oh my god. But also, I love how he says, "No, Glass, don't brainwash them. That won't be necessary, even though they're probably the one few amount of people who could stop you." Like, why doesn't he just have her brainwash them again? That'll keep them out of the way.
まだわからぬのか。じゃあお前らは分かってんのか？
Sorry,
Yes.
Fanga.
一瞬でピンときましたわ。
I got it
You're
instantly.
really just an idiot.
I got it instantly, Fang. I mean, haven't you seen the multiple flashbacks explaining this very clearly?
I guess they assume the player is just in the same shoes as Fanga.
Father.
あと少しで。ハング、どうして思い出せないのよ。アルデルとアルラントはあの。
Yes, yeah, we might as well recap the clues, in case you forgot.
Was the
player.
story also made with the dark side feel in mind or something?
Maybe that is a metric that they based humankind on, in which case he failed.
No, I got it, guys. Ferrith and Seraph story, the gaming journalist edition, making sure that the gaming journalist doesn't misunderstand anything. There you go.
Yeah, I guess a journalist can't
Yeah,
complain.
even Al doesn't know the answer.
I just love that we're just sitting around talking about this stuff instead of, fighting. Wait, what?
I think it's a case where the rest of his species got extinct, but he survives and doesn't understand why.
No, it has nothing to do with a species. He's just a normal person too. Why?
I didn't mention he's part of the ancient civilization. Call it that, Liguan.
That's the thing. That's the thing, Tail. By ancients, he means people from his age. It's
Again,
not
civilization.
I wonder if he's like the equivalent of the Cetra from Final
Stop.
Fantasy.
Okay,
Come on.
Yeah, kind of like that. Let's put it to perspective. It's like an Atlantean that survived to this day and doesn't understand why he's still living.
Ow. Stop it. Yeah, exactly.
just have the bursting at sometimes.
Honestly, for a moment, I thought the twist was going to be he is a human, but he was cursed with immortality, and thus he tries to make the world.
There you go. He's
a
about to
better
explain.
place.
There you go. He's about to explain.
There isn't.
What do you mean? Okay, go ahead.
Allow me to actually
Yeah,
answer
like
the question
again,
that I said I couldn't answer.
that's what the flashbacks did mention. They were experimenting on stuff. There was an accident of some kinds, and only he survived.
So there you go. He, along with his lab, disappeared from the Earth as well, along with the vile god and the goddess.
Hidden underground, I presume.
There you go. He actually got trapped with the goddess and the vile god on that alternate dimension that they are in. Exactly. Thanks, Tiara.
He was in the space between spaces.
He was there all along. Fucking Dumpty.
Of
Okay,
course,
he was in that. He was in the void from Doctor.
So there you go. They're doing that thing where in the space between dimensions, time operates differently. So what must have been a lot of decades, centuries to us was only like
An instant for him.
Ah, so that's how he's human, but has lived a while. He was in a pocket dimension.
Although he also says that he's spent there a long time too.
Maybe I guess it was kind of a case of 10 years equivalent of 100, stuff like that.
Sure.
Like, to be fair, people can talk about how, a few years doesn't feel a lot of time. Actually, try doing that in real time.
Now he's gonna explain more about it. Dun
Yeah,
dun
okay.
dun.
Hi,
Alright,
Monculus,
alright.
Okay, I love this. So let me get this straight. You mix up human flesh, human blood, divine blood from both vile and good goddess, plus your own, plus a couple furies, and that somehow equals a singing human being. What,
AKA an Monculus.
What is
That's what.
is this like? Does this work like in the climax of in Dimension X in Phantasmagoria 2? You just mush things
No,
together
it's-
and just like.
It's more like traditional alchemy when you really get down to it.
I suppose, to be fair, this explains why they have abilities somewhat similar to that of a Fury, but also abilities that are definitely unique from others.
My problem there is that they don't really explain that it's alchemy. They just say, "Oh, I took this thing and this thing and this thing, and I mushed it together, and boom!" Like,
I mean, mad science is nothing more different than that.
And rewriting people's memories because.
yeah.
You know, when you get down to it, Glass kind of has a pretty broken ability. Like, when you think about it, he could just keep rewriting memories.
Why,
Because-
why, Glass? Why would you do that to me? Why, Glass? Why?
Because Jova, remember, just like with the goddess and the Val god, Fleur was made as a counter to in case Glass, I guess, something went awire.
And yeah,
So she's a perfect, counter spell.
yeah, as she's saying just now, this is another problem with me that I have with Glass. Like, Glass is not really a character; she's a plot device. Like,
No, not just that. This removes almost completely all of her agency.
yeah,
Which, I guess the idea was always that the master was the one pulling the strings, but man, is it a step. Well, and I know it's a usual thing in fantasy RPGs. We have the supposed big bad, but then it turns out there's a guy behind the guy behind the guy.
well, by then,
Okay,
Bernard?
I'm gonna guess now that at some point later.
oh, no, Joe,
on,
then Bernard goes, "Wait, what did you say? What did you say? Faith drop what?" Go on.
So, yeah,
anyway, I was gonna say. I wonder if at some point, as soon as Al's usefulness is fulfilled to Bernard, Bernard's just gonna kill him.
Oh, I guess the official excuse for the party is that Bernard is still apparently so OP, please Nintendo Nerf. I guess that's why they're not doing it. Again,
I mean,
it's bizarre, but I guess at least we're trying to explain.
I guess, but remember, Bernard only came here in the middle of the cutscene. They could have tried something before Bernard came in.
Oh yeah, I even pointed that out too, but again, I guess the butterfly effect makes Bernard just that awesome in this timeline because we kicked his ass in the original one. So yeah, let's go back to the inn, guys.
And yeah, Fleur,
Or you can come along with us, even though you have been well. Okay, to be fair,
she's in a...
This truly is the persona of Compile
Yeah,
Art.
to be fair, this is she's innocent. She didn't know what the fuck was even going on herself. So yeah.
Oh no, I'm
that's
pretty sure that's not really a problem.
didn't we maybe take precautions knowing that Al created her? Like, for all we know, she could have, like, some secret hidden code telling her to explode or something when Al commands it.
All right, everybody, we all need to take a rest and recover from the shock, absolute shock of the revelation we just went through. You know.
Oh my God.
So
I'm still beating from the surprise.
I know, right? So we're going to take a break. So see you for the next part, everybody.
Yeah.
Ah.